Isabella had always found comfort in music. Growing up, the notes of her piano had been her sanctuary, the melody her solace. As a renowned concert pianist, her life revolved around performances, rehearsals, and the occasional break spent composing in her cozy apartment in New York City. At 31, her career was at its peak, but her personal life felt empty. She longed for something more, a connection that transcended the applause of the audience. One evening, after a particularly exhausting performance at Carnegie Hall, Isabella received an invitation that would change her life. It was from the New York Philharmonic Orchestra, inviting her to join them for a special concert tour across Europe. Excited by the prospect of new experiences and the opportunity to collaborate with other musicians, Isabella accepted without hesitation. The tour began in Vienna, the city of music. Isabella was mesmerized by its rich history and stunning architecture. As she walked through the cobblestone streets, she felt a sense of anticipation. The first concert was held at the Musikverein, one of the most famous concert halls in the world. Isabella's performance was met with thunderous applause, but it was what happened afterward that truly caught her off guard. As she mingled with the audience and fellow musicians at the reception, Isabella noticed a man standing alone, his eyes fixed on her. He had a rugged handsomeness, with dark hair that curled slightly at the ends and deep blue eyes that seemed to hold a world of stories. He approached her with a shy smile. "Your performance was breathtaking," he said, his accent hinting at his European roots. "I'm Alexander Strauss." "Thank you, Alexander. I'm Isabella Moretti," she replied, shaking his hand. "Are you a musician?" "Yes, I'm a conductor," Alexander said, his eyes lighting up with passion. "I've been with the Vienna Symphony for the past 5 years." Isabella's curiosity was piqued. "A conductor? That's fascinating. I've always admired the way conductors bring music to life." They spent the rest of the evening talking, sharing their love for music and their experiences in the world of classical performance. Isabella found herself drawn to Alexander's quiet confidence and the way he spoke about music with such reverence. By the end of the night, they had exchanged phone numbers and promised to keep in touch. The tour continued through Europe, with stops in Paris, Berlin, and Rome. Isabella and Alexander kept in contact, their conversations growing deeper with each passing day. They discussed everything from their favorite composers to their dreams and fears. Isabella found herself looking forward to their late-night phone calls, feeling a connection she hadn't felt in years. In Berlin, Alexander surprised Isabella by attending one of her performances. As she played the final notes of Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 2, she spotted him in the audience, his eyes filled with admiration. After the concert, they walked through the city, the night air filled with the sounds of distant laughter and the occasional street musician. "I'm glad you came," Isabella said, her heart pounding in her chest. "I wouldn't have missed it for the world," Alexander replied, taking her hand. "Your music speaks to me, Isabella. It's like you're telling a story with every note." They stopped by a small cafe and sat down, their hands still entwined. "I feel the same way about your conducting," Isabella said. "There's a magic in the way you bring an orchestra together, making them one with the music." Alexander smiled, his eyes softening. "I think we have something special, Isabella. I don't want to lose this." "Neither do I," Isabella whispered, her heart full. Their relationship blossomed as the tour continued. They explored new cities together, shared meals, and talked late into the night. Isabella felt a sense of joy and fulfillment she had never known. With Alexander, she found not just a partner, but a kindred spirit who understood her in ways no one else could. The tour's final stop was in Venice, a city known for its romantic allure. Isabella and Alexander decided to extend their stay, taking the opportunity to explore the city's winding canals and historic landmarks. One evening, they took a gondola ride, the moon casting a silvery glow on the water. As they glided through the canals, Alexander took out a small velvet box. "Isabella, this tour has been the most incredible experience of my life, and it's all because of you. I love you more than words can express." Tears filled Isabella's eyes as Alexander opened the box to reveal a beautiful diamond ring. "Will you marry me, Isabella? Will you make music with me for the rest of our lives?" "Yes, Alexander," Isabella said, her voice trembling with emotion. "I love you, and I want to spend my life with you." They kissed, the gondola swaying gently beneath them. It was a moment of pure magic, a perfect harmony of love and destiny. They returned to New York, where their engagement was met with joy from friends and family. Isabella continued her work as a pianist, while Alexander accepted a position with the New York Philharmonic. They moved into a charming apartment overlooking Central Park, their days filled with music and love. Their wedding was a grand affair, held in a beautiful cathedral with music filling the air. Surrounded by loved ones, they exchanged vows, promising to support and cherish each other through all of life's challenges. It was a day of joy and celebration, the beginning of their new life together. As the years passed, Isabella and Alexander built a life filled with love, music, and adventure. They traveled the world, performed in prestigious venues, and supported each other's careers. Isabella's compositions gained recognition, while Alexander's conducting brought him international acclaim. One winter, they decided to take a sabbatical and spend a few months in a secluded cabin in the Swiss Alps. It was a time of reflection and creativity, a chance to reconnect with each other and the music they loved. They spent their days hiking through the snow-covered mountains and their nights by the fireplace, composing and playing music together. One evening, as they sat by the fire, Alexander took Isabella's hand. "I have a surprise for you," he said, his eyes twinkling with excitement. He led her outside, where the night sky was filled with stars. In the distance, the faint sound of a symphony could be heard. Isabella looked around, puzzled, until she saw a group of musicians setting up their instruments on a nearby hill. "What's going on?" Isabella asked, her curiosity piqued. "I wanted to do something special for you," Alexander said, leading her to a spot where they could see the musicians clearly. "This is a new piece I've been working on, and I wanted you to be the first to hear it." As the musicians began to play, Isabella was overwhelmed with emotion. The music was beautiful, a symphony of love and devotion that echoed through the mountains. It was a reflection of their journey together, the highs and lows, the joy and sorrow, all woven into a tapestry of sound. Tears streamed down Isabella's face as she listened, her heart swelling with love for the man who had brought so much happiness into her life. When the final notes faded away, she turned to Alexander, her eyes shining. "That was incredible," she whispered. "Thank you." "It's for you, Isabella," Alexander said, pulling her into his arms. "You've given me so much. This is my way of showing you how much I love you." They kissed under the stars, the symphony of their love playing softly in the background. It was a moment of pure magic, a perfect harmony of hearts and souls. Their time in the Alps was a period of renewal and inspiration. Isabella composed some of her best work during those months, drawing inspiration from the beauty around her and the love she shared with Alexander. When they returned to New York, they were rejuvenated, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The following year, Isabella was invited to perform at a prestigious music festival in Tokyo. It was a significant milestone in her career, and Alexander was by her side every step of the way. They spent their days exploring the vibrant city and their nights rehearsing for the concert. On the night of the performance, Isabella felt a mix of nerves and excitement. As she walked onto the stage, she saw Alexander in the front row, his eyes filled with pride and love. His presence gave her strength, and she poured her heart into the music, each note a testament to their love. The concert was a resounding success, with standing ovations and rave reviews. Isabella felt a sense of fulfillment she had never known, her dreams realized with the man she loved by her side. As their lives continued, Isabella and Alexander faced their share of challenges. There were times of hardship and loss, moments of doubt and fear. But through it all, their love remained steadfast, a constant source of strength and comfort. They found joy in the simple moments, walking hand in hand through Central Park, sharing a quiet dinner at home, or spending lazy Sunday mornings reading in bed. Their love was a symphony, a beautiful composition of shared experiences and mutual support. One spring, they decided to start a family. The journey was not easy, filled with ups and downs, but their love carried them through. When their daughter Eliana was born, it was a moment of pure joy. She was their miracle, a beautiful addition to their symphony of love. Isabella and Alexander embrace their roles as parents, finding new inspiration in their daughter. They balance their careers with the demands of parenthood, supporting each other in every way. Eliana grew up surrounded by music and love, her parents' passion for their art a guiding light in her life. As the years passed, their family grew, and so did their love. Isabella and Alexander continued to travel, perform, and create, their bond unbreakable. They found fulfillment in their work, joy in their family, and solace in each other. One autumn evening, as they sat on their porch, watching the leaves fall, Alexander turned to Isabella. "Thank you for sharing this journey with me," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "You've made my life richer and more beautiful than I ever imagined." Isabella smiled, her heart full. "And you've made mine, Alexander. Here's to many more years of love, music, and adventure." They held hands, the world around them bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun. In that moment, they knew that their love story was one for the ages, a tale of passion, creativity, and a love that transcended time. As they faced the future together, they knew that whatever adventures lay ahead, they would face them side by side. Their love was like a symphony, timeless, enduring, and filled with the promise of endless possibilities. And as they walked through life hand in hand, they knew that they had found something truly special, a love that would last a lifetime. Their story continued to unfold, a beautiful composition of shared experiences and unwavering support. Isabella and Alexander found joy in the journey, knowing that their love was the greatest masterpiece of all.